All right, so Sung Jinwoo has a new free-to-play wind weapon. It is awesome. It's called Forest's Wish. And I'm going to show you guys everything you need to know about unlocking it. Hope you guys enjoy. Make sure you hit that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you happen to be new. 80% of viewers are missing out by not being subscribed. Also, if you haven't already supported another creator, make sure you support me through the link down below in the description for free codes. We just entered the new support season, so if you were a previous supporter, you forgot to extend, come on back. Your boy appreciates you. Again, linked down below for the awesome codes as well as they come out in this season. All right, so first anniversary Hunter Grand Festival. So basically when it comes down to this, it's pretty straightforward. And it comes from this event. So, oh, we have, I didn't even see these. These are great. These are great. What do they do? Just the regular stuff? Yeah. Like, I don't ever really use these, but they're great. Oh my god. So Hunter Challenge is where it's at. Okay, so let me show you that. You also get the selector here, which is pretty neat. So you can choose a selector for another character. That's pretty cool, especially if you didn't finish off a character. Speaking of character, you can actually just choose a SSR character, and it has all of the characters because Goto's there. Well, all of them except for Sorin, because she's the most recent one, and she's actually probably inaccessible right now. All right. So here's a look at the check-in event. That's where you're going to get those selectors that I was just talking about. Before the weapon specifically, it should just be a tie-in to this. So when we look at the overall rewards, these are the point bonuses. Yeah, so it's a tie-in for this. So you're going to get a drop at 10. And you're going to get this here. Event weapon design. Material required to craft an SSR Sung Jinwoo event weapon. So there's that also, but that's only one copy of the weapon. We've got to dig out the rest of them. Let me see if I can find them really quick. All right, so I did some digging and it looks like you're only going to get these from using these green tickets that were a part of that. So, all right, here's the rundown. So you get your first one from running this and getting the 10th reward. However, this is an infinite drop. So every 2,000 points after completing 10, you're going to get one of these green tickets. You need 2 green tickets to craft another copy of that weapon, which means you're going to need another 10 tickets to fully, well, I guess technically it can go further, but at least to get the A5 on it, right? Unless my quick maths is somehow wrong. If you were wondering about those other weapons, though, and also we have new mini games and stuff, new dice little thing here, but they also have some more like crafting materials, more of these keychains over here, and more selectors over here too. So there's that, and they're also in that login campaign too. They've also got the tickets here for that as well, 100 challenge tickets. So it all kind of ties in pretty nicely overall, but you know, there's more than one thing to get is the point. It's kind of all over the place. So they break it down nicely here. For checking in, you also can get the chest that lets you select specifically what you want. You get this blessing here, and that's pretty great. that's pretty great. That's pretty great. A free mythic blessing is pretty great. It's the full blessing, right? Like, it's not a shard of it, right? It's like it's the full thing. That's pretty great. And then you're gonna get Forest from the Hunter Challenge, and that's basically it. So again, you want to complete this, and you need to be completing it ideally using the point bonus characters and weapons, and you get the most, of course, for using Cha with her weapon. So there's that. But basically, you want to be running the water team in here, and if you don't have those characters for some reason, then they do list 2 other hyper old options that you can use as well. But overall, that's it. So let's take a look at Forest here. So I wanted to just see how this weapon breaks down. Damage: 794% of Jinwoo's attack, cooldown is 25 seconds, deals wind element damage. When the first hit lands, it inflicts airborne. The final hit does knock down. When the user's core attack hits, it grants the wish effect on the user. Wish increases damage dealt by 20% when Wintry Song hits. It removes the wish effect. Okay, so when you use what, the skill, I assume the skill is called Wintry Song. It doesn't list the name there. Let's just open it up. Yeah, okay. So when you use that skill, it takes that off, but if you don't use it, you should still have that buff for the entire duration just to get the flat damage increase. That's actually kind of strong if that works the way I think it's working. And all you have to do to trigger this is land a core attack. And then it also can come back. So once you use a core attack, you'll get it back, even if it fell off, of course, from you using the skill. When the user enters the stage, it recharges their core gauge by 100% and enhances wish. So just starting off with a full gauge, which means you're going to start with a full wish, which has also gotten enhanced. When Wind Tree Song hits, it grants the detached effect on the user as well. So wish turns into increased damage dealt by 20%. When Wind Tree Song hits, it has a 100% chance to activate their core attack. So using that will then trigger the core attack. Interesting. Will that then trigger another wish? When Wind Tree Song hits, it removes the wish. Like, there's no cooldown there, right? Like, would that just trigger another wish because it's activating the core attack? Have to see it. I'd assume no. When the user's core attack hits, it resets the cooldown of Wind Tree Song. Cooldown 20 seconds. Oh, wow. When the user's core attack hits, it removes the detached effect for 20 seconds. Okay. Well, actually, I guess the cooldown is 20 seconds, right? Okay. Not bad. The user's wind elemental damage increases. The wish effect is enhanced again. The user's core attack deals additional damage equal to 500% of their attack to the first target. Wow. Wish turns into increased damage dealt by 40%, huh? That's interesting. When Wind Tree Song hits, it activates the Root Dispersion effect, which deals additional damage equal to 100% of the user's attack to targets across a wide range. I need to see that in action. Just does roots around, right? Like, that's pretty interesting. Like an AoE root attack, 400%, 100% of the user attack, excuse me. But you're still getting that extra 40% damage bump. It inflicts poison on the hit target as well. When Wind Tree Song hits, it has a 100% chance to activate the user's core attack, and then it removes the wish effect. Poison deals damage equal to 50% of the user's attack every 3 seconds. Decreases the target's recovery rate as well. Decreases the cooldown of Wind Tree Song with that 4th dupe. And then the 5th one, Wind Tree Song's damage increases by 50%. The damage of Root Dispersion also goes up. This is a weird weapon. Like, it's almost like it's like pseudo support. And what it is that I think it's going to be a really good, like, secondary choice behind Stormbringer and Demon King daggers. I think it could plug in place of one of those weapons, because if the damage inflicted stays on like I'm expecting it to, for you to, like, say for example it's on and then I turn to Cackling Thunder, like that's strong. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm expecting it to stay on. You'll be able to tell by the icon. I just got to test it out, but if it works the way I think it does, that's really good. And so with that being the case, I think this is a weapon we should be farming. It's just tricky because I still expect Stormbringer DKD to be the better wind setup. So there's that. But and that's not a surprise. It is a free weapon. You know what would be interesting is if weapons had like different stats, but they don't. So like I can't even gauge it off of that. They just have the exact same stats. Like also, which is not a bad thing. Like whether it's free or not, like that's not a bad thing. They just all have the same stats. That's not a bad thing. But yeah, I still expect that. But regardless though, it's still awesome. I think it's a really cool weapon on paper, and I expect it to be pretty good. Well, hope you all enjoyed. I told you everything you need to know about this new weapon, where you're gonna get it and how it works. If the video was helpful, make sure you hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you are new. Thank you so much, and support as well. I'll see you all in the next video.